You actually look at it logically. If you look at it, it's the only religion that can be true.
The Quran is stating that the sun sets in a muddy lake as a scientific fact.
He specifically says you can't have any of that, homosexuality stuff. It's the only religion that actually has its values and morals still to this day.
If you just read the Quran, it is halal. It would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old.
So g'day and welcome. We are going to examine some of the claims from this apparent ex-Christian to see why he converted to Islam. Let me put out a spoiler alert. It's not going to make sense. Let's get right into it.
You left Christianity, you came to Islam.
So this young bloke left Christianity to go to Islam. He's about to show us the extraordinary evidence that persuaded him. Stay tuned. This will be good.
What about Islam attracted you?
If you actually look at it logically, if you look at it, it's the only religion that can be true. It's the last possible religion.
So, let's check his theory in the Quran. They ask you, O Prophet, about Alexander the Great. I will relate to you something of his narrative. Blah, 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 blah. Verse 86. Until he reached the setting point of the sun, which set in a spring of murky water. Right, that sounds very logical. Surely this can't be true.
The Quran is stating that the sun sets in a muddy lake as a scientific fact.
Okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's check another one in the Holy Quran. And indeed, we adorned the lowest heaven with stars like lamps and made them as missiles for stoning eavesdropping devils. Whoa, that is some insight. And I thought shooting stars was something to ask for wishes, not according to Muhammad, or shall I say Allah. But let's continue to hear him out, because obviously those things aren't true.
It's the only religion that can be true. It's the last possible religion because it's the only religion that actually has its values and morals still to this day.
Oh, so it's logical because its morals have lasted until this day. Let's again have a look at our trusty Quran. Verse 4. As for you women past the age of menstruation, in case you don't know, their waiting period is 3 months. And those who have not menstruated as well. Wait. Women who have not menstruated? What is that called? That can't be true. We need to get to the bottom of this. So I'm going to call upon Prophet Muhammad himself.
If you just read the Quran, it is halal. It would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old.
No, I think I can find a verse that says otherwise.
The Quran doesn't say anywhere in the Quran that the woman has to be pubescent. I dare you to find one verse in the Quran.
He's right. I can't. But surely Muhammad didn't do this. He is our standard of conduct. He wouldn't have married such a young girl, would he?
First of all, the Prophet was 53 years of age when he married Aisha. This isn't the track record of a decent man.
So if you're Quran alone, you're steered towards pedophilia, a severe type of pedophilia, a wife abuse, a severe type of wife abuse.
It gets worse? Wife abuse?
4 verse 34. Men are in charge of women because Allah hath made one of them to expel the other. Okay, that seems pretty sexist. And because they spend of their property for the support of women, well, I thought that's what men were supposed to do when they get married, was to provide for their women. Hey, who am I to argue against Allah? Keep reading. So good women are the obedient, guarding in secret that which Allah hath guarded. As for those whom youth feel rebellion, admonish them, banish them to beds apart, and scourge them. That seems pretty severe, Allah. Pretty severe.
So for comparison, let's have a look at what this gentleman had left to come and follow the Quran. We'll see. This is what the Christians teach. Husbands, love your wives as Christ has loved the church and gave himself up for the church. Who would you want to follow?
Only religion that actually has its values and morals still to this day. You look at the churches here, if you go to downtown Toronto, they have pride flags up.
Oh, definitely. I've seen those.
And it's like, okay, well, God says a man was made for a woman and a woman was made for a man. So he specifically says you can't have any of that, homosexuality stuff. And they're making churches based off that, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's just they're adapting to society, right? Islam doesn't do that, right?
Yeah.
Now his biggest concern was homosexuality in the church, which obviously the Bible teaches against. In Romans chapter 1 in the book of Leviticus, homosexuality is not allowed, especially in the book of Corinthians. But that was his biggest problem with Christianity. Now, I'm not well informed about homosexuality in Islam, so I want to point you to someone who has a no BS attitude. He tells you how it is. He tells it straight to you how it is. And let's have a look at my dear friend.
Then the messenger of Allah went off a stone's throw away, or a little farther, or something like that. Then he, Abdullah, mentioned a group of male members, Hanin, i.e. men, who looked like Zut people. Affan narrated, or something like what Affan said, Allah willing, they didn't have any clothes on. You don't say. And I didn't see their genitals, and they were tall and scrawny. He, Abdullah, said, and they came and started to ride the messenger of Allah, and the prophet of Allah began to recite to them. Then the messenger of Allah came back exhausted and in pain, I'll bet, or practically in pain, from how they had ridden him. He said, indeed, I am exhausted, or something like that. The men of Al-Zut rode Muhammad all night long.
I think this young bloke might want to rethink his position if he's worried about homosexuality. I'll leave it to you.